Hi everybody, I am Shauna and this is Ring Light Crafts. I had to put my coat on, I'm freezing again. We all getting better for those that have asked, thank you. And today we are going to attempt to finish our waterfall. So, hi Johnny, welcome.
My comics are
Oh, the comments are still having problems coming up, guys, so bear with us. Oh, and grab my glue.
I have to remember your password.
Oh.
I got it. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a bunch of glue here, guys. Okay. And we'll give people a few seconds to come on. Hi, Brooklyn. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying. I had to put my jacket back on. I took it off, and now I'm just freezing again. But we're getting better. Thank you guys for showing up for our little cookie pop-up live. I thought Red did a pretty good job. Okay, today we're going to try to finish our
Waterfall.
Thank you. Oh, waterfall. My brain died. I'm so sorry. Seems like I'm getting better, but yet my brain literally just wiped out for a moment there, and it's sitting right here, literally in front of me. See? Right there. I have it right there.
Hi, Tammy.
Hi, Tammy. How are you?
Hi, Brooklyn.
Hi, Brooklyn. Hi, Faith.
Faith says, hey, girl, we're here.
Yay. And I see somebody else.
Aline says, hi.
Oh, hi, Aline.
And Belinda says, hi, guys. Shared.
Oh, thank you, guys. I'm sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 minute.
Hi, Melissa.
I am getting better. Hi, Melissa. Okay, guys. So today, what we're gonna need to finish E6000.
Jane.
Hi, Jane. I guess the neighbors are out. They have a big pit bull, lovely dog. You're gonna need a glue gun, your glue sticks, any paint that you want to use, which I am going to once again use my favorite. Oh, I got two kinds. I got chalky paint, as well as my acrylic paint, which I tend to go towards the acrylic a lot, because that's what I use on my canvases. And I got flowers this time. And instead of buying rocks, you guys, I was told when the neighbors put up a fence, they kind of nicely pushed all the garbage and stuff into our yard, which I don't mind. I mean, it got cleaned up. I don't mind. They're nice. And they left me a bunch of rocks. So instead of buying rocks, I went ahead and I picked up a bunch of rocks. So this way, hi, Monica. Excuse me. This way, it will have more of that natural look. Okay, I am going to back you guys up. Oh, and I do have a little bit of E6000 on my filing cabinet next to me. That stuff's horrible. Let me try to pick some of that because it's starting to go down the side, I noticed, because there's a hole in my thing. This is really my fault, but... Oh, hi, Pray Pray. Honey, you can't come by the glue. No. Okay. Let me get this. Better put it here and upside down. Okay. I'm going to move you guys back. Uh-oh, did I just lose everybody? You guys, I got to plug you in, I think. Hang on. Let me adjust this. Oh, that's the speaker. No, I don't want that. Hang on. Bear with me. Get that out of my way. We had a little episode going on here.
Buckeye Girl says 2 times.
Hi, Buckeye Girl. Yay, 2 times.
Jane says, hey, kiddo.
Hey, Jane. And it just makes me want to move. It really does. All this crap with what's her face.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on, guys. I got to look behind this so you get to see my lack of flowers, because all my flowers are now up on a rack. See behind me? There's all my flowers. If you guys can see that, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to lower you guys back down so we can really get started this time. All right, guys. Oh, excuse me. Now what? Oh,
Johnny says,
I'm on my
I
cord.
think you got it. Lighting's good.
Thank you, Johnny. I'm sitting on my cord.
Jane says, hope you are feeling better.
Thank you, Jane. We are doing a lot better. Not 100%, but definitely a lot better. Okay, let me go ahead and put this on this side. I'm going to lower you guys down. have to put in my almond glue. Okay, we were working on our waterfall.
Jane.
Thank you, Jean. And what we had to do was stop for two reasons. One, I wasn't feeling too well. Two, the cup is so heavy it didn't want to stick. So what I did is we rigged a little side piece. We rigged it. As you can tell, it is standing now. And when I rigged it, part of it won't come out, but that's okay because we're going to include that into our design. We're going to incorporate it, so it'll be all right. So what we're going to do is I am going to set the speaker aside. Now, what I did is I took E6000 and put it in here to help support that better, and E6000 and put it underneath where the spoon was connected to our reusable plate here. And now what I'm going to do is I do have, where's my little, oh, I found it. My little stick here with my E6000 and my glue gun, which is Gorilla Glue inside the glue gun, you guys. But all we're going to do, sorry, is I have a bunch of these rocks. Now the rocks are not the pretty, lovely rocks that you can buy at the Dollar Tree. Sorry. But it will only equal $1.08 if you do, and if you're lucky enough to find them. But I just got common rocks out of my yard. Okay. So the first thing
says, looks cool.
Thank you, Faith. The first thing I want to do is I am going to add some of the E6000, which I have over here because I had a hole. And I'm just going to put it down here. I might be able to just get it directly out of my thing. Just going to pick this up. Why waste, right? And I'm just going to apply the E6000 throughout the bottom here. One, so don't go to waste. Two, hopefully it will help support. Because this was so flimsy, you guys, or so top heavy, we're going to start from the back and build up. And all we're going to do is take our glue gun. I'm actually going to start with this big old rock, because it will take up most of the space. We're just going to lay that down on top of that E6000, and you'll see. Now what we're doing is we're building up our waterfall, and we're going to build at the back to help support this. I wasn't going to build at the back, but we are going to on this particular case.
The one you have looks like river rock.
Yeah, they're out of the cement. Apparently is what they're from when the guys did the artwork. All I'm doing is I'm building this up because we're going to build a little, like a little pond, if you will. But I just want to give this that extra support. Ooh, hot glue. Hot glue is definitely hot when it goes under your fingernails, guys. Yeah. Don't do that. Sorry, get it off before it makes
Robin Ramsey says, hello.
Hi, Robin. Welcome. Okay, so I'm doing, building is up the back. I'm not doing it any way specific. I simply want to add rocks to give it that natural look. That's going to be going all the way around it, and at the same time support our cup. Okay. And this would probably end up being our last rock under it, if we can even get it to go. Okay, there we go. I just wanted that little extra support there. But this would be cool because what we're going to do now is we're going to build out on both sides with all natural rocks. Sorry, don't be noisy. My apologies. Bunch of just plain rocks out of the yard, guys. And I'm going to build at the back part a little higher than the front because the back, and then we're going to do some painting, okay? Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me turn it this way because I don't really have to see this part. And remember the sticks? This is how we're going to incorporate them. We're going to hide them, and then we're going to add a tree that we have here that will kind of go throughout. Okay, so we can go ahead, and we're going to just take some of our little rocks and, whoops, put it on my table. Literally put it on my table. So my hands are still kind of weak, I guess, because that was kind of odd. Anyways, we'll just take this glue then. We'll add this glue to it too, just to make sure this puppy stays. I actually washed these rocks like at 10 o'clock this morning because I wanted to make sure that there was no cement on them. And yeah, it's going to fall because I haven't got here yet. So I'm going to go ahead and put my little speaker back to help support right there so it won't fall and break. Because I really want to start from the edges out. I'll go ahead and try to get some on each side here real fast. I'm just placing my rocks. I'm going to go ahead and place this one like this. Get it to move.
Faith asked using low greenery or moss.
Actually, that's a very good idea. And kind of had a little episode here at home or someone that's been, well, it doesn't matter. So I totally forgot about the moss, so thank you very much. And I do believe I have it right behind me.
Buckeye Girl said, dang, can't eat out of that plate.
Huh?
Buckeye Girl said, dang, can't eat out of that plate.
Nope, you cannot eat out of this plate. We have had this plate for so long, guys, that it really just wasn't even suitable to take out and use anymore. I know, here it is. Thank you, my moss. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, and I got an empty space here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to add a little bit of this in here. There we go. And we're just going to build it out just a little. I'm going to turn it so I can see. Okay, I think it's looking pretty good. And go ahead and bring it just a little bit higher on each side. You know, I wish that E6000 had it in glue gun form because that would be like the coolest thing. Maybe I ought to email them and tell them, hey, people, we do this kind of stuff and we really like doing stuff like this. So can you please? And without the smell, right? Oh, God, please, without the smell. But I have to admit, it's very good glue.
Faith said, put moss between the rocks.
Oh, good idea, Faith. I will do that. I'm just going to stick him right here. And we're going to go ahead and do, oh, maybe we'll just move him down. And we'll put some little ones there. We'll go ahead and do what Faith said. Straightest lines, I love it. This moss, I do believe, was from the Dollar Tree as well. Look how deep and pretty that is. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, take just a little bunch of the moss.
Faith said it'd be more natural.
Yeah, it will be. You're right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add some dripping glue right in here so kind of fall a little bit everywhere. And then I'm going to take my moss and I'm literally just going to stick it in there. Hopefully without scalding my hand. And if it does, oh well. Let me grab this paintbrush here. Whoops. Okay, let me grab this paintbrush here. Just stop the other one.
Putting rocks on the opposite side of the plate as well to offset the weight.
Yeah, we will, Johnny. Thank you.
Sharon said, I meant how the cookies turned out. Sorry for the misspell.
Oh, cookies were delicious. Oh, very good cookies. I truly love those cookies. And because I did, let me add some of that glue there. Okay. See, this glue doesn't want to stick. And that's because I washed my rocks because they were really bad. I just had to. So what we're going to do is we're going to be working with E6000 more than this. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and get my E6000. See, it died. And I'm just going to put me a big old bunch of it right here. Hopefully away from my face. And we're still going to use them both. That way it has the extra support. It just takes a little longer to dry, which is fine. So I'm going to apply some to my little stick here. And go back to my rock. That one's good. And then, there we go. Just slide it in there. And it's okay if you're getting it on other rocks because it's going to be hidden. There we go. Whoops. Don't set that down there. Okay. So we want our rocks to stay as best we can. Remember, it will have to dry for a while, but that's all right. We'll work through that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this right here. See, that one just pulled right up because it wasn't the E6000. So go ahead and we'll stick this in here. And you take some of your moss. Oops, let go. And I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And hopefully this glue, once it sets, will stick. You can use
both and you have to use a lot of it. And Faith says, tell Mom be careful not to stick her fingers together with it.
Thank you, Faith. Thank you, Tammy. You're so right. Don't stick your fingers together. Bad enough it smells horrible.
And they said slow.
Slow down. Okay, I can do that. So, you know what? That's a good idea. I'll slow down. We'll just do this, you guys. Instead of putting this on my cabinet, I'm just going to pour a bunch of it on here and move it around, okay? And that way we can at least get our little edge here started. We'll have to toss that. We'll just mill it out just a little so it will hold where we want it to hold. I'm going to put some underneath this rock too because it does not want to stay at all. And by tomorrow, it'll be totally stuck there. So on the bottom, you want to kind of find maybe the bigger rocks that you might have to apply. But something that you can shape to go in the shape that you want.
So they said you have a 4-hour window with Facebook.
Oh, 4 hours. Oh my God, that's right. I keep forgetting that, but so forget that. Okay, so we're just going to apply some of the little rocks here. And we're going to go ahead and just, well, we got 4 hours, right? I know. They may give me 4 hours, but we're just going to try our best to not make it that long because people want to spend time with their children, and I so don't blame anybody. So anyways, all I'm going to do, I like the idea of adding the moss. We're just going to add some moss right there, and I'm going to go ahead and rotate it around and get the moss off my hands. And rotate it around, give you the guys so you can see how that's starting to build. Well, it's on this side, how this is starting to build. Now, I'm not going to go real high because I want it to be like more like a little pond. And we'll go ahead and turn it and bring it this way just a little. Hopefully you guys can see this side. Oh, you know what? We'll do the tree. Ew, how about not gluing my hand to my desk? Okay, I got to cover that. Face did warn me. I forgot I put some there. We're going to glue paper to my desk. I'd rather it be paper than my hand. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to have to really scrape to clean that up, aren't I? Okay, so anyways, we're back on this here. My dog is, I don't know what that dog's doing. Sleeping, but it sounds really funny, like it can't breathe. We'll have to kind of keep an eye on him. Maybe he's getting sick too. I hope not. Okay, all I'm going to do, I know you can't see this part, but I'm going to go ahead and take Faith's idea, and I'm going to stick some moss at the very backs so that it does look more natural, and it will also hide the edge of that plate. So I don't have to worry about adding a ton of rocks there.
Faith says, not sure. Does she have a duck? I don't think we have a duck anyway.
No, I wouldn't mind a duck. Ducks are cool. When I was little, Faith, we used to live on a farm, right? Okay, well, we used to have ducks. All of us kids had a duck named after us, and that was all special duck. We got to take care of it, clean up after it. Of course, some people are probably thinking, oh my God, how is that special? Got to clean up the mess. But it was so much fun.
Faith says, I am so doing this one.
Oh, cool. I'm glad you're doing it. That's awesome. Like you said, don't glue your fingers. I got to cut my nails. I don't mind my nails being glued, but my fingers are dead. So all I'm going to do is keep adding the little rocks because all we want is our little bed, right? And the next part, my favorite part. So let me see if I got any seen through here. We can just add a little bit of the moss. Actually, I probably can add that moss after we paint the water base because we're going to paint this water. Okay, get that off my hands. Let me smear some of this around. Okay, so I tend to keep going this way, don't I? So I might as well. All right, we're going to use both the glue and the glue. So if you want, like, here's an opening. Oops, and just some moss. There we go, little guy. Just take your little rocks and just put them in there. Don't worry about how they're sitting because eventually this will dry. Okay, so you're just kind of working your rocks in however you want to work them in. As high as you want, low as you want. I'm going to turn it back around so I can see this little spot because I think I may want to add some right in this little area.
It says, looking good.
Thank you. It's wanting to stick to me. Okay. Whew, it's getting chilly again. I'm going to go ahead and add my glue gun here too, even though I got the other glue there. And I like the little flat rocks. Kind of stick those in there. You guys, these are not fancy rocks that you can get at the Dollar Tree or any of the craft stores. These are simply out of the yard. If you got a riverbed, that literally is just a riverbed. Nothing's in it anymore, no water. Of course, you want to be safe. And it's okay if you guys go out there and pick them up. I would suggest just picking up household rocks or rocks that you see around the ground. So I am going to go ahead and get some of this E6000. I might as well use it up since it's died. I don't know how I managed to kill this, but I did. So and go ahead and add a bunch right here, and we're just going to smear it all the way around.
They said Lake Ontario.
So true. Okay, we're just going to spread that. And the good thing about this is it doesn't dry as fast as a glue gun. That way you can go back and do it however you want. I got little rocks, so I can always just add the little rocks on top of other rocks. And we'll add this little guy in here. So just place your rocks however you want them. You got a variety of them. You can kind of add them into little spots that you may not have had anything in yet. And you can make those fall into like a part of the waterfall. And add some glue to the back of this rock and put it in the other glue and make sure I don't move it so it'll stay. There we go. Stay there. And I got itty bitty rocks.
Faith said beachfront.
Oh, there you go. That's actually a good idea. As long as you're allowed to take the rocks from the beach. Some beaches I've been told you can't. Just like I went up to a mountain. Oh gosh, I can't remember what mountain it was. We were not allowed to take rocks. It really, really sucked because every time we go somewhere, people tend to take one rock. Just one. I never thought anything of it, but we weren't allowed to. So it kind of sucks. See if you guys can see the plate. So we didn't get a rock that day. Probably would have, but yeah, just didn't want to get in trouble. I had more glue over there, so I just grabbed a little bit of that glue. Go ahead and stick him in there. So we'll just finish up our little rocks. You can bring them higher and then bring them out. It's totally and utterly up to however you want your rocks to be. Like I'm kind of getting the smaller rocks more towards the front here. Oops. My whole desk just moved. It wasn't an earthquake. It was actually, I leaned against the desk and went that way. So anyway, we'll just go ahead and add our little rocks around. Take our time, like they said. I'm just trying to get it to stay because I'm excited about working with the inner part of this. Just like that's what I'm so favorite.
My foot.
Can't feel your foot? Okay, let me get a hold of this rock. I'm going to place this rock. You know what? I'm going to place it right here because it kind of like goes down like you're walking into the water. And then I'm going to add some of these little ones. I probably should pick up the other glue, but that's okay. And I'm just going to like add it in. And once we won't touch on it and it'll dry. I'm okay. It's just the smell of that glue is horrid. But I'm okay. I'm feeling okay.
I'm lucky. I can't smell it over here.
Oh, you are lucky not to smell this stuff. But it's very good glue. So we're just going to go ahead and I'm just finishing up. Now, I know I got more rocks and then little, but that's okay. Because it doesn't have to be perfect all the way around. Because it's supposed to be like a rock formation, right? So let's see. Stay there. My tummy is finally telling me I can eat and hopefully not get sick. Anyways, put some more glue in my glue gun. And I'm looking for the flat edges here. With the flat edges, you guys, if you want to place it on top of another rock, the flat edges are perfect. Or if you want to kind of squeeze it in, but you notice there was a lot of room, a flat part is perfect. And then you got, like, it looks like little rocks at a little pond or something. Because you got sharp edges and stuff like that.
My comments are off for a few minutes.
Your comments are off? Okay. They'll come back up. So if we don't answer right away, guys, that's why. I hope you guys enjoyed the cookies. The kids are like, well, why don't we do cookies? I'm like, you're doing it? She's like, no. I'm like, well, we can't because I can't cook. And then, of course, if I kind of play it, well, I just kind of back off a little. She'll take over, which is really good because I really cannot cook cookies. I just can't cook. So, anyways, I'm going to keep adding my little rocks in, use my glue gun and an E6000, and just try to make them stay. I like this guy. She makes very good cookies. Oh my God. They're so bloody good. Go ahead and add this little guy here, just kind of like a little oddball up there. And I see a part that I didn't want that low before it started to come back around. So I'm just going to go ahead and add this rock right here. Just give it that kind of idea that there was a little stepping there. Okay. Is your comments back on?
No,
Not yet?
I'm reading.
Oh, you're reading something? Okay, no problem. I'm going to add a little bit of moss right here, guys, just because I had some opening with glue and I didn't want to waste that glue. That's why it looks pretty good. Brilliant idea to use some moss. Okay, so we're almost done with our little rocks. Then you can just kind of fill in places that you want. And let me grab this guy here, add a little bit of glue, and see if I can get him to stay. Stay there. Okay, turn him just a little. See what rocks you got left. Oh, look at this one. That's pretty cool. Nice and flat. That's perfect. Because if you think about it, when you go up to like a pond, hopefully, usually, not always, you know, nature is nature. But you might have a little walking down spot where you can actually just kind of jump to that rock and walk in.
That person replied.
Oh, about the one that's having problems?
Hmm?
Who, honey?
The jerk.
Okay, don't worry about it. What? Okay, we're done with that.
She did something.
What?
Yeah, I'll deal with that later.
Okay.
I saved everything.
Good.
I want a restraining order.
Okay. Okay, so we'll go ahead and finish our rocks. And just kind of apply stuff around it. And add a little bit of glue right here. And add a little more. And it's okay if they hang over. There you go. And now we got these little places. You can find your little rocks if you want. And go ahead and add them in. Oops.
Sorry, comments are still temporarily disabled.
Oh, that's all right. Comments are having issues. Ooh, I think that might have been bulk glue. Let me try to get that off, folks, real fast. Because that was a little odd feeling. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have fun tonight, ain't I? I'll be ripping my skin off here. I touched out a plate, didn't know someone dripped down, and yeah. Well, I'll try not to touch my hands together. Okay. So anyways, we won't worry about that just yet. I'm going to add, I think I want, no, I'm not going to add that. Well, now what we're going to go ahead, guys, and I don't know if you guys can see it, but we do have some open ends. So we're going to go ahead and take one of our little branches that we were using for our little trees. Oops. Oops. And I wanted to add more of the little trees going around it. It doesn't have to be that high. Let go. Almost cut that. You can just cut them. I know I'm using regular scissors, but these scissors are just for this purpose now because they pretty much died for what I needed. Yeah, I can't find the other thing with the bob, as my daughter put it. I'm just going to add little trees in here.
Sharon says shared.
Well, thank you, Sharon. I do appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind liking and sharing my page, it helps us all out a lot. And if you guys have a business page, feel free, please feel free to add your page on my site or on this, however that works. I don't know how it works, but
Comment
yes.
your name. The business name. That's how you do it. You
Oh,
comment your business
I
name.
get it. You put in a comment, put your business name. I always have my kid do it for me. I guess I need to start learning, huh? I'm going to go ahead and just add this little one. We're just going to kind of add this like he's out in the middle of nowhere, away from the rest. He kind of looks like he's broken down. Actually, I'm going to pull him because I don't even like how he looks. He looks broken. So we'll get rid of that and just grab a tip of another. Oh, here's a perfect one. No. Okay, I won't do that then. Oh, wait. We're going to add our moss after we finish. I'm applying the rest of the glue, you guys, around the little holes. I know you can't see this, but those like little extra holes where nothing was put, and it should look like water. So I'm just going to go back and forth a little and add water. If I hit some of the rocks, it's okay because eventually they will settle.
I took a fingernail file and got Gorilla Glue off my hands.
Oh, there you go. We'll
And
have to
Johnny
try
said
that.
some of the holes you could put in water.
There you go. That's a good idea. Both of them, actually. Okay, so we'll get some of this glue going in these holes so we can turn it into water. Okay. And now let me get a good look. You guys bear with me. I'm going to turn it just so I can see the front and see if we need water dripping from our waterfall. What is this? Okay, we're just going to make it drip right there. I know you can't see that part, but I'll show you in a second here. I'm just adding a little bit of glue so it looks like it was dripping down that tree, that part there. Okay, let me turn it back around so you guys may see it. Okay, our next step is let our glue dry just a little. The glue gun, I'm not expecting the other stuff to dry that fast because I want to paint. So since I do want it to dry well enough to start painting it, we're going to go ahead and add some of our moss around the little places where either glue is showing through or the plate's showing through. You guys can add flowers or moss or whatever you like on this. This is totally your design. I'm just going to add a little extra moss right there and get rid of this spider web. One thing I don't like about glue gun is spider webs. They drive me insane. Okay. Let me get this off my hands. Okay. The rest I'll probably have to try to pull off. Let me get some of this out. Let me use this bowl. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and break a little bit of up. In some places, like I said, where the plate is, and get some glue. Just go ahead and add, I'm just going to use the glue gun and add glue here. Because we want to hide all the plate as we possibly can. We're just going to add a little bit of moss.
Johnny suggested Mod Podge to make rocks look wet.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. You can do that. Mod Podge make them look wet. Good idea. Okay, so the rest of this, let me turn it so you guys may see. We got some places way over here that I'm just going to go ahead and get my glue work. Add glue through here. And tap that in there. And just kind of hide that plate. And if it's starting to look like there's too much, you guys, add a rock, add a flower, add a little tree. Just make it totally your own, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look. I see one spot that will drive me insane because there's glue right there. So I am going to go ahead and just take a little bit and try to hide that glue. And then it looks like it's kind of climbing over the rock, and it won't let me. So I know what kind of glue that is then. We're going to see if we can just pull it off. Okay, and we were able to. That's good. And then I will go ahead, add more glue right there. I know why it was like that. You know what? Instead of putting that there, let's add another rock right in here. And then we can always add something around it. Stick that in there with my nail. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn it back around. So we pretty much got most of this side done, with the exception of maybe a few little trees or some flowers, whatever you guys like. You got those itty bitty animals. You can always stick those in here. You can make little fish in your water. Let me see. Let me see if I can pass one of these off as a little, as a little tree. Let me go ahead. Oh, maybe I don't have to even cut it. No, I think that might be too big. What do y'all think? Yeah, way too big. So go ahead and cut this. Oops. Nothing like hitting yourself in the face with one, huh? I'm just going to go ahead. You know what? I'm just going to stick this little guy in here. Like he was a little tree there. And if we don't like it, we can pull it out. We can add little tiny flowers. I do have a whole pail full of flowers. Okay. Extra places where there's glue that nothing got stuck to. You can, once again, add a rock, add moss, whatever you want to do in that little area. Let's see if we can find a lane rock. Yeah, this one's work. Kind of push it in there. Okay, so we're going to quit with that right now, and I'm actually going to remove this because I don't like it. And see how easy it is to take out before they dry? Okay, we're going to put the other kind of glue there, guys, because it just, wrong kind of glue. I didn't think I would like that tree, though, after I put it there. I was like, no, that's not small.
Faith asked, on the flower wall, does Mom have any small flowers or buds? And then she said bushes.
Oops. I think we do,
I think
actually.
you have like a tiny little baby breathage.
Oh, that would.
Or you have those right there. The dried up orange ones.
Oh, yeah, I love those. That'd be awesome, actually. Let me see, I don't know where this guy was, so we're just going to stick him apparently right here. And that guy's unglued. All right, so we're having issues. Come on, baby, stay. You stick him in that other glue. There we go. Just going to stick you right back there. Okay, we're going to let you sit for a minute because that smell is hot. Okay. Yes, I do have some of the other little glues. Okay. Now on the top part here where the water's coming down, I know this ain't finished yet, but we don't have anything in here. So this is where you guys can build your waterfall up in there where no one can see this. But since it was so heavy, maybe we should just use a few little rocks. Let's just place them and see what it looks like without putting any massive glue or anything on there to hold them. Let's just see. And then we can make glue coming or water coming off of them as well. And I don't think that I'm going to like this big one. Maybe a few little ones. And we can make it with the rocks once we glue them.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. And we can go ahead and just pretend it's like that. Just for now, we're not going to hook them in yet. I just want to give you guys an idea. You can put something up here. But since if we had the waterfall, I would probably make it with these rocks. Once they're glued in, we'll have the waterfalls falling off of them as well, going down into the little pond. Let me turn this little guy back around here. Okay, stay. Oops. There he goes. His backside isn't quite dried yet, so we got to be careful. And we can go ahead. This stuff is messy. We're going to just add a little bit of moss again around this rock. Try to hide that. Now the fun part is getting the mess out of my way. Because now what we're going to do is, I'm not so worried about much more rocks, many more rocks. Floss. Move some of this out of our way because I want to get to the other ones here. Okay. And if you guys want it still, you know, the crystal rocks, you can always just kind of like pop one in here and there. Just kind of give it that little glowing look. I guess you would call it. Kind of add them if you want it. So what we're going to do is turn back around so I can see it because I can't see from that side. Pretend everything's done, and we're going to go ahead and hook it in these rocks because I like the idea of the rocks, and then we can show you the waterfalls once we get these guys in there, and we can go ahead and add whatchamacallit. Let's see. I'm not going to get much glue out of this. It's pretty much dyed, which sucks because I feel like there's a lot of glue in there still. All right, well, we're not going to worry about that. We'll use a hot glue gun, and if it doesn't work, we'll go ahead. I'll pick up some more glue and just pop it in there real good. Now I'm just putting a lot of this in there because we're just going to add these rocks in here to try to hide that spoon is what I'm after. Let's see, did that one stay in there? Okay, just had to make sure I had glue on it. And then what we're going to do is the same concept that we did with the bottom half here. You can go ahead and you're just going to apply your glue to where it's like coming over your rocks so that you can have this little waterfall going on here as well. And I'll show you that in a second here. It's kind of hard to show you that from here. We don't want that little leaf there. Get that off. We don't want to glue it in there. We don't want to paint that in there either. Come on. You think I can get it with my big nails, right?
Faith said, when you paint the water, you can paint the bottom of the crystal rock slightly.
That's true. Very true. Make it look like it's part of it. I don't know how to describe what I'm trying to think. Okay, I know what's wrong. Get it where I can use my glue gun. And just make it so coming over my waterfall. There we go. Make it coming over and down. And down. And we'll bring some of this down right through here. Just letting it drip is all I'm doing. And I want to catch some of this just a little more to give it that idea that it's just flowing down there off the top of this rock. And bring it down. Okay, we don't want to add too much. Ooh, the smell of that glue is horrid, guys. Okay, I'm going to set my glue gun over here. I gotta get a drink of water. Bear with me, guys. Okay.
You have moss all over your sweater.
I have moss everywhere. Yeah, it's okay. I don't mind that. Trying to pick off my spider webs and get my other little things out of here before they set. I don't want them to be in there because I want to paint it. I want to get it to paint. So I'll get as much of my spider webs off as I can. We do have a few places we didn't add any moss to. So what we will do is while that starts to dry, which you can tell it already is, we'll go ahead and add a little bit of moss in some places here. Let me tear it apart little pieces real fast here. I don't want big old pieces here. And we're just going to add moss in a couple of little places. Get over there. Just enough to...
Johnny says glue webs will look like water spray.
That's true. Very true. Excuse me. And go ahead and add a little bit of moss right here. Just happen to have a piece. Make it go down. Okay, let me pull that off. That way, what you'd have on one side, you have on the other. You can hide your plate. Or if you got the little tiny rocks, you can add those. It's totally up to however you want to decorate your design. Or you can just do all flowers. I've seen them done like that. They're absolutely gorgeous. I just happen to love waterfalls. It's just funny. You won't catch me in them, but I sure love them. Okay. We'll go ahead and go. Whoops. Forgot I had that there for a reason, guys. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll go ahead and we're going to add a little bit of moss through here. Just hopefully enough to hide the plate. I got a few little strands laying around. I'll just use one now. I'll poke them in there and let them catch the glue. And add some more here. Add more here. And if it's too high, but you don't want to take a chance of pulling it, you can always just snap off those little pieces, just in case. Okay, I'm going to turn. I keep forgetting that.
It's looking great.
Thank you, Faith. I keep forgetting that's there to support it. We're going to go ahead and grab just a wee bit more moss. I found a couple little spots on this other side as well, very small ones. And we're just going to add a little bit of moss. Once again, you can always go back. You can cut off what you don't want, okay, guys? We're just going to get this down here. My glue is starting to dry up on top, so we can get to the next step. And get that in there, nice and snug if you can. You can always add a little more glue and add more moss to any part that was missing some. There we go. Let me cut this. There we go. I'm not going to mess with that no more. Oh, sorry, guys. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just trying to hide the rest of my plate here. I probably could have put something like a rock there, but let's just go ahead and put the moss. We're just going to hide it. I actually like the moss. I'm so fond of green. I love the color green. I just think it's brilliant. The shades are just brilliant. I think that's the artist in me. Okay. I'm going to pull off my little streamers. Try to get some of this off of my hands.
You can use snow.
Snow what?
You can use snow as well as mist.
That's true. You can. I had one spot over here that needed moss, you guys. Just one tiny little spot. Let's go ahead and tap that in. Let's just get that done. Is he playing? Okay. Kind of sharp. Okay, so yay! We got some little trees here. You can always add more trees, flowers. I do have a few little tiny flowers laying around. Let's see if they will work for anything. Let's just place it and see. What do you guys think? Should I just add a few little flowers? I know they don't quite belong on that part. I wish I had the other ones that grow in the moss. What do you guys think? I'm not going to glue them. Just let me know what you all think. So I add little tiny flowers throughout of it. Give it some color other than a green. Oops, get off my hand. Get back here. You didn't want to stay. You can stay. So let's see. Anybody read?
I don't know the comments.
Oh, your comments ain't working? Okay. I'll pull it up and check.
It's okay.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
It's coming up.
Oh, okay. No problem. And get those in there. There you go. So there really is no endless. The possibilities are infinity. You can do it as you wish, how you want it done. So you could add the little flowers if you want to give it some detail, give it some brightness. Let me move my glue gun out of the way. My luck, I will scold myself with it. So what we're gonna do?
If you want. Oh, you should use flowers.
Yeah, no, I haven't put them in. I'm just asking what people thought if I should add some flowers.
I would said yes to flowers.
Add flowers. Okay. Let me get rid of this
And
part.
James said I would put the flowers.
Put flowers. Okay. Then I will bring my gun back. And we'll glue on what we got here first. Oops, let go, baby. Just a little tab is all you need for these little guys. With the flowers. Yeah, I do too, actually.
Are you painting the water?
We are going to paint the water. That's actually, I'm excited about that part. I think probably more than any of it. Besides, I actually was able to make the waterfall, which I'm actually impressed with that myself. I haven't done this before, guys, so I was like, I don't know if I can. Let me add a little bit of glue to this guy here. We're just going to stick him right in there. Make him stay. I'll add another little one. Stick him over here. I think we need a couple. Where they go? All right, in front of me. You can add any color, you guys. If you want to add pink, yellow, blues, blacks even. It's totally up to how you guys want your flowers, okay? Or anything else. It's all up to you. I probably ruined that one because my finger got stuck to it. But we're going to pretend it's not ruined. And just grab another little one. Maybe we can add this. Whoops. Right on top of that one. I got way too much glue. But I was afraid to touch it too. I didn't want to burn myself. Okay. We got like 2 more little tiny flowers we can use off of this one. We'll go ahead and apply him right up in here. And we'll bring this last flower.
Jane said, if you have it, maybe some dragonflies.
Dragon what?
Dragonflies.
Dragonflies. Oh, nice.
And Johnny said flowers look great.
Thanks, Johnny. Good idea, Jane. I do have the ones that Red was talking about. Let me grab them real fast right here. Oops, come on, guys. Let's go.
There's some purple ones way up there.
Way up the purple ones.
Yeah, on the other side.
Okay, well, I'm way short, so that ain't happening. I'm too short. All right, so we also got these. These may actually be too big, but I wanted to look anyways. I'm just going to go ahead and take one off.
Seriously, so cute. Love it.
Thanks, Faith. And you could just add, this is just give you an idea that you could just add color to it or something. Like I said, these are too big, but you could add any type of coloring to it that you wanted, okay? Any flowers would work as long as they're the right size. I really like those flowers. Okay. I'm covering it like I'm trying not to blow in her face. Huh? They're not there. I mean, they're all there, but they're not physically there. Okay, so our next step is going to be fun. I'm going to open up my paint. And I'm going to close my paint. I forgot to shake it, you guys. Always shake your paint, I guess. Especially if you haven't used it in a while. Let's see. I already got this stuff all over me. That's all right. I don't care. It comes off, so we're good. Okay. So let me find my favorite brush because I want my brush. I have it in this mess. I really like these brushes. I like the fact that you can get in there and get really good details. Now what we're going to do first is I'm not really worried about light, bright, adding any specific coloration here or there. I'm simply going to go ahead and paint my water with, this is probably, I guess you call the medium blue. Just enough to give it that look that it's blue. And bring it down. I can't really see because I have it backwards to me, but hopefully it's working and you guys can see it. And so we're just painting it. You got a hold of my little tree.
So that came out so good.
Oh, thank you, Brooklyn. I really appreciate that. And bring it all the way down. If you guys didn't see the live the other day, I did at my friend's house. Before we got ill, her business name is Ginger's Reef and Things, and I do believe she posted a photograph of it. It's really, really cool. She made a very beautiful reef. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead. I'm adding the color, but I'm not sure if you guys can really tell. I'm not like painting every little step of it. And I'm just going down with the waterfall, down or up, to catch that. Now when we get to the bottom, I'm going to change my pattern and I'm going sideways. And I'm not really worried about all the little spider webs in there because we're just going to paint them in. And if they come out, they come out. I'll paint some through here. Paint some through here. And go ahead and just picking up some of the color. Oh, you still have these. All the little flowers. Oh, those might work in here. Oops, I got paint on my rock. Sorry, guys. I did not mean to paint my rock. Oh, well. We'll turn it into... You'll see. Okay, I just love that. I just popped in my brain. Okay. So all I'm doing is basically I am painting my stuff here, the blue. Let me clean this brush. And we're going to have to let that just sit for a few minutes, you guys. Oops, ew. That picked up the glue. That's like so not cool. I'm going to put that back in there. I don't want it to ruin. Get it off my hands. So I'm going to bring you guys up because this will have to dry just for at least a few minutes. And we can figure out if we want to add other flowers and stuff in here while we're waiting. And toss those flowers. Move these paints over. Because I'm going to literally dump my little flowers in here. See, these are the ones what my daughter was talking about that I have more of. These little tiny things. They're like little tiny flowers. You can always just stick them in for color, whatever you want. Okay, we'll go ahead and get rid of that. Any more comments? From... Okay. Okay, so at this point, we kind of just got to decide if we want to add flowers or more of your trees or how you want to do it, or if you want to make a rock in the middle of it, which I think we'll put the rock in the middle, but we'll wait until after it dries. And since we don't have a million years and it's not summer anymore, it won't dry as fast as we would like. Let me pick up these flowers. We are going to go ahead. Oh, pretty pink, pretty blue. I love these kind of flowers. I used to make dolls and use these flowers all the time. They're awesome. I'm going to go ahead and open up my white paint and set it aside because I want to find that particular brush. And that might have been a brush I dropped on the floor and I cannot find. So I'm just going to reach over here again and grab a different brush. It's a little smaller brush, you guys, because we're going to be doing more of a fine detail with this. I'm going to put my acrylic white.
Johnny says the blue matches the plate for water.
Oh, thank you, Johnny. We'll go ahead and replace that. Now, I know it's not dry enough.
Very cool.
Thanks. So if it starts to show through, and we have to go over a few times, that's why. But that's okay. We can do it. So we're going to just go ahead and pick up a little bit of our white. And I wonder if you guys, if I turn this, you guys can see better. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add some white here, white there. Just start bringing out the fact that this is a waterfall. And of course, this white is going to turn some of the water a lighter blue, which is fine. Because it is a waterfall, and that's what happens with them. And we can pick up all the little holes that are through it. We can pick up those holes and bring it on top. And the parts that are really going to be more the white will probably be the part that is like at the top coming down, because it's coming over something and that usually flows pretty white. So we're just adding some of our white in here. You can't see this side, so I'm going to guess that I got it. I'm going to add this in little holes. It's okay to just plop some of the white on it and then just pull it through. It'll change our color. And let me turn it just slightly. Okay, there's some way in the back. I'm just going to go ahead and tap that in here real fast since you can see that part. All I'm doing is adding that white. Let me add a little strip right through here. Okay, so now we got the top going like a waterfall. And it's not perfect because, once again, we don't want perfect. There is no flaw in art. No right, no wrong. Just happy little accidents. Isn't that what Bob Ross says? Boy, I must have been watching him a lot when I was a kid, right? Okay. Oh, maybe a young adult, actually. What I'm going to do is on a side here that's hiding through my my tree, there is some of the water that I kind of wanted to bring down through the trees, make it look like the tree is behind or in front of the water. You could always add the tree last, but I did not. So we're just going to do our best to bring down this water. You all right, Red?
Yeah, I'm reading something that's funny.
Oh, you read something funny? Okay. So once again, I'm just going to move some of my trees. And I'm just going to continue with that same stroke going down the waterfall. And you can do it going down or coming up with it. It's probably easier. If you go coming up, it's not going to matter much because this is going to be turned into this. Okay, because waterfall doesn't just hit the bottom and it comes out perfect, right? You have a miss. So I'm going to have to turn it just a little, guys, so I can see this half. We're going to go ahead and bring this down. And bring some more down. I'm trying to make sure I get all the little cracks that I miss with the blue. And just make sure I get some of the white in there to show that flow coming down. Okay, so I think that we are pretty much getting that in there. Let me add a little extra white coming through here. And there's a dog pot right here. Just want to catch some of that. There we go. Okay, now when we get down to this bottom, yeah, the waterfall comes out this way, but eventually it changes the direction of the river. So what I'm doing is I'm simply trying to catch some of the blue that's coming out, but then we're going to sneak and we will change directions here and just start adding water going a different way. Some of the mist coming through there. Basically, we're just painting over the paint we already did. We're just switching the direction of it. I wish these little stringers weren't there, but I should have pulled them off those. I did not. So we're going to have little stringers. That's all right. The more the merrier. So now we're just going to bring it out like this and not paint my rock, which I just did. Oh well. Should add something there to hide that if we wanted. Or we can clean it up. And the part with the rocks, the water is going to go like this under the rocks. So instead of going this way, we're going to like pull the water, we're just going to pull underneath the rocks. So what we're going to do is, yeah, it's going this way, right? Because it came down from our little waterfall.
Hello.
Hi, Dolores, welcome. We are finishing up our little waterfall here. And now we're going to switch the way of the water going. We don't have to get every little bit of it painted white or blue. Because we're going to be pulling it all together. And if you ever truly looked at the waterfalls, at least in my opinion, I could be totally wrong, eventually the white fades out because you're going into more of a pond area. So what we're going to do with that is pick up this piece right here because I don't like it. My little streamers. I should have pulled them off. Okay, let me get this little guy here. I may have to cut him. Okay, we'll have to cut him. So, let me get most of this off my brush now. We're coming into where the water is going to be just basically turning into water.
Doris said that is so cool. Share.
Thank you, Doris. I really appreciate it. If you guys wouldn't mind liking and sharing my posts, I truly appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 200 likes. And then I will have a drawing. And the lucky winner will receive ribbon. So what we're doing is we're just kind of fading out all white, but I'm just going back and catching into where I have some of the blue where the water is, and I didn't paint none of it. So I'm just going back and I'm catching it. And that's all we're doing is just catching. Whoops, I don't want that much. Good thing I saw that. And just going to pull it into our design here. Now, the mist, if I can find a brush without getting glue all over my hand. Let me wipe this off. The mist, some people will do, we're going to try if we fell, meaning me, if I don't do it right, it's real simple. We can go back and repaint it. So I'm not going to panic if it doesn't work the way I want it to work. I will panic if I turn it pink. Okay, I'm going to go back, and I'm just going to add more of this style right at the bottom of my waterfall. Well, I'm just kind of tapping it. And yeah, it's still a lot of blue, and that's because it's very wet. But once it dries, if you do this again, once it dries, just tap your little white and just tap it in there. It'll kind of look like your little mist. Okay, you don't have to do the whole thing. And then if you think you did too much, always go back and just add a little bit of a strip of white, and it will cover that. So a little later, once it dries more, I will go ahead and I will go back and apply more of the mist simply by dapping my white paintbrush at the very tip and just going over this section. And that will help hide all the blue and just give it that ideal that you got mist coming up from the water hitting. And now what we can do on this part, because obviously I have to let that dry because it's simply not going to accept any more paint, is we can decide now is if you wanted to add anything else, any more flowers or moss or rocks. Eventually I do want to add a rock. Let me see if we can find a decent rock. I don't want nothing massive. That might be too big. Yep. There I go, dumping it out of you. Oh, right there, right there. Perfect. You can always add a rock, like right in the middle. I'm not going to glue that in because we're going to let it dry and debate if we want to do that. And then you can just make it look like that rock is just in the middle. And you just glue it on there and paint kind of around the edge. Make sure the glue shows through, comes out. Let me see. Am I not explaining that? Let me see. Okay, let's pretend that this is a rock I'm going to put there. I want to be able to put a lot of glue on the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down on my table. And the reason why is when I do that and you push, you see that glue coming around it. Can you guys see that? Sorry, I brought you down without telling you. That glue coming around it, what we're going to do is, if we put one here, is we will take our brushes once again. I hope this one don't have glue on it now. And we will simply take our color and we will paint. Let me grab some paint. Pretend this is part of our design here, guys. We're just going to grab paint my table. I don't care if I paint my table. It's okay. So we're just going to pick up some of the paint in here. And we're going to go ahead and you will go ahead and pretend this part is your water, okay? Around where the glue is. Pick up that glue. Make sure you cover it. And then that way it kind of blends in and it looks like the water is splashing around your rock. And then once you get to that point, you're going to want to add your white. Just enough of the white to show that little, that's a lot of white. Just to show, once it dries, of course, that just to show that there's something there coming off, and you just kind of pull it out. I can't see that side, guys, so I'm just assuming I'm doing it right. And you just cover up that glue and turn that glue in your water. So you're just pulling it out. And if you want, you can add your little splashes on that water. Depends how close you have it to the waterfall or the amount of water that's coming to your waterfall, of course. So you just remember, I can't see, so we're just pulling it out. And then once you just pull it out as much as you want, you blend it into the other going this way. You will blend all this in, and it will look like it was always right there in the middle of your design. So we might do that with this one, but I am going to let it dry, but I'm just going to leave that little guy there so we know we want to use him. And at this point, all you can do is pretty much wait. The other thing you can do, I just noticed that rock, pretty cool, is pull up my sleeves so I don't ruin this jacket too. You can take your white rocks if you want it now, or what I use for my little eyeballs when I make them. And you can add your rocks, white rocks throughout of it. And I don't know if you can see. I'll just put one here so you guys can hopefully see. If you put your white rocks near, like the water, or paint the bottom, it will show, make it look like that is crystallized, like the rocks are coming up, but you can see your water underneath it. Okay, but I'm not actually going to do that. I might add one or two hiding in the sides where they kind of come out. But for now, we're going to kind of leave it like this and let it dry. Any leftover glue, because I was burning my hands, You can either, if it's one that will pull up, in other words, glue gun, just pull it off because remember my rocks were a little wet still. Or you can just wait until it's totally dry, pull it up, cut it off, or hide it with moss or flowers, make your waterfall. Now what we're going to do is I want to show you guys, but let me pull this. Let me get rid of this. Let me put my lid on because I don't want to spill this paint all over the place. It's the only one I got left. Let me pull this up. Just enough to show you. Hopefully you guys can see the whole thing. Okay, from this point, there's nothing I can really do until it dries. And then what we will do is add the little mist, okay guys? But you can't add your flowers or more little branches of trees. Let me just break that off and show you. Ooh, it won't break. That's good quality then. Let's say you have like little sticks and stuff. You want to just add little sticks in it somewhere and give it that ideal that you had something there and it died off. You can do whatever you want at this point is what I'm trying to say. And as you can see, let me turn it. Remember, this was a recyclable cup and I never made one before, so we were just trying to play with the cup and see. We made the rock to help support the weight of this cup because it's very heavy. So if you guys make one, a lighter cup would probably be really good. An E6000, okay guys? And we got our little trail of little rocks coming through here. I'm sure there's some of the plate. You can hide that with moss or little rocks or flowers, whatever you want. I thought I might add one more little tree, kind of even this out. But then again, it's okay if you don't. So at this point, let me raise you guys up. Okay, there you are. I hope that you guys, let me pick it up. I hope you guys like the waterfall. I hope it came out pretty good. And we'll still have to add the mist, but it has to just, like I said, dry a little. So at this point,
Dolores, I love that.
Oh, thank you, Dolores. Dolores, I'm glad you like it. We will have to pick up all spider webs, of course, always. And that's it. That is our floating waterfall. And if you can see back here, there's really nothing there but our little rocks. So it really is kind of floating. We just had to make sure all was stable because my cup's too light, too heavy. So if you get the lighter cups, it'll probably work a lot better. So at this point, all we can do is wait. You guys, would you please like and share this post, this live? So hopefully we can start getting it out there. And I can get all this glue on, paint off my hands. And at this point, guys, all I can say is thank you so much for joining us on both our lives today. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you try to make one yourselves.
Jenny says, it looks really nice. Great job. Robin said, very cool.
Oh,
Bruce
thank you
said,
both.
Love it. Great job. And Jane said, that is beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you all very much. I appreciate it. That's awesome. I'm glad you guys liked it. And I hope you guys come back for our next live tomorrow. I think it's 9 out of 15. I have no clue what we're doing tomorrow, but we will find out. So as always,
They said, give me a week. They said, give me a week.
Give you a week. Okay, you got it. You guys, thank you very much for coming and joining us today. I hope you all have an absolutely amazing day. And as always, be blessed. I'm not sure if it's letting me end. Oh, there it goes. Hang on.